So I am recording on this computer. Come here. And wait, Moses sent me a message. Let me see, because I actually have a question for Moses. Oh, okay, you're putting it up for everybody. Moses, can I ask you a question?
Yes, doctor.
Yeah, where did you get your Chinese word?
It's from the emojis section.
Is it because there's a brand, and I saw it in some TV show, and I was going to remember it, and then what do? I don't remember it. That looks really similar to this.
It's from the emoji sections where like the arrows and
Okay, because it has
before the flags, yeah.
And it has. Do you know what it means?
I think it's mean money, something like that in
Oh,
Japanese.
okay.
Yeah.
No money. Okay, it's all about the bank. All right. Okay, because red is very much a good luck color. Hong Kong is a very red city because red is very good luck. Okay, so we're going to talk about logos. And yes, I'm recording. So why are they important is because a strong logo and then related subsequent visual system is one of an entity's greatest assets. We're going to talk about the fact that a good logo won't fix a bad product, but if you have a good product and a good offering, a good logo can take you to the next level, can connect people with you, can do all sorts of those things. Do you guys know all these logos? I'm curious. Some
of them I know, and some of them I'm clueless.
Okay, so obviously we know Etisalat, right?
Yes.
Okay, I got it. Why isn't that showing up as an arrow? Okay, you guys know what this, I'm pretty sure you can read the word, so you know what it is.
Airfly. Al-Ittihad Airfly.
Yeah. Okay. Oh shoot, yeah. Sorry, I was just thinking something in my head, and actually I'm going to show it. And obviously you do know Abu Dhabi, right?
Yes.
Okay, I hope so. Since it does say Abu Dhabi inside it. And and Emirates and Zayed University. You guys, anybody remember this one? This one.
I knew it, but I cannot remember. But I saw this logo before.
They stopped using it about
maybe 3-4 years.
About 9 years ago.
Oh my God.
It was the Abu Dhabi Culture and Heritage Association. Before it got combined with tourism, before it became Abu Dhabi TCA, Tourism Cultural Authority. Oh, it was it was Abu Dhabi Culture and Heritage Authority. And I have it in here because I really like it. Because it's very different, but it definitely says the desert, and you can see the people and the camel, and it's just I like it. I just think it's so different. Anybody
Even
know
the color of it.
There must be words in here you guys can read. Anybody? No one from the north?
Anything.
Huh?
I couldn't read anything.
Yeah, it's too small. It's Sharjah Cultural Museum. It's from Sharjah. I probably don't have it exactly right anymore, but yeah. So this is an older kind of thing, but this is from a book called the Logo Design Workbook by Adams and Morioka, who are actually husband and wife who have a design firm, or used to have a design firm in San Francisco, and very well noted. And so that's where these concepts come from, using that book and the logo design book. So this is just really a basic introduction to logos. In a lot of what, there's a lot of things we think we know about. And in the age of social media, digital media, and things like that, but there is an art, there is structure, there is meaning that you're trying to create when you create a logo. So that's why people still have businesses. I follow a number of people on Instagram who are logo designers. I can pass some of those things on to you if you would like. Yeah, I guess I could just put them in the chat or something, or I'll put them in WhatsApp. I'll go through and find the addresses and stuff. And some of them, you can sort of get a sense of my taste, or some of them are guides on making logos, and some people are offering to make logos for you, all sorts of things like that. So it can be, it actually, its value does get listed on a balance sheet if you have that strong a logo. And that's why on the legal side, people protect their logos, people protect their identity, because it is extremely valuable. So, and this is from when I came here. It has changed slightly, but I absolutely love. I call it the Etihad logo, not meaning the airline, because it's National Day, and it's very Illustrator. It was derived in Illustrator from the original photograph on the day when they stood in front of the flag. How is this not exactly what happened on that day in 1971, December 2nd? Anybody tell me? Little UAE history in the 50th year.
I didn't hear the question, sir.
The question was, what about this is not from the original photograph on the first National Day? December 2nd, 1971. See, I've got this, you can't see it. I got this thing.
Maybe because Ras Khaimah wasn't in it. Yeah.
Okay, yes, correct. And actually, Sheikh Zayed wasn't taller than Sheikh Rashid. But but see, that has everybody being pretty equal, except I'm not sure where this gentleman was from, but he had seen many years before this time. But okay, now I'm going to screw it up. I think this is the Ras Al Khaimah guy, or is this the Sheikh from? Whichever. It was several months later that Ras Al Khaimah joined the Etihad, joined the Union. So, but there is just something to me about this that is magical, because in a small picture, a very simplified image, it tells you the story of the UAE. Okay, and I think it's super distinctive. They've started making some changes to it. I don't think it should ever go away, because like the things before, no thank you. This is stunning, beautiful, simple, and it tells the story to me. I mean, you've got so many things that if somebody saw this, they would know something about the UAE, or they could ask the right questions. And the fact that it's got the black and white, and then the only color is up in the flag. I don't know if you remember, before Wahat Al Karama was across from the mosque, they used to have a billboard of this. And then above it, they had an actual flagpole with the flag on it. I don't think I ever took a picture, but I thought that was the coolest thing before Wahat Al Karama was built there. But okay, I do love this, and actually had the opportunity to teach a couple of the people that worked, women from what used to be called the Abu Dhabi brand office, did this original, and Oh, that's what I don't have in this presentation. Okay, from the Abu Dhabi brand office, worked on it, and I actually felt honored that I could teach them something. I wasn't teaching them how to do this. And part of it was they were Emirati women, they were Emirati people who worked on it. In Hong Kong, they always hire outsiders, even if there's a lot of really good graphic designers in Hong Kong, but there was just an obsession with hiring foreigners to do the work. So I worked in a program that taught people to do things like this, and they had to go outside and pay millions of dollars to people with fancy names, and the nation wasn't their heart. I don't think an outsider would have done this. Just my opinion, but you'll see outsiders do good things as well, but not for national things. It just bothers me. Okay, so saying done right, letter forms, geometric shapes, and images become distinctive and meaningful and have specific associations. That's what a logo is about. I even love the type, the whole thing. They've made some adjustments to that. The Arabic is even super modern looking, really fits with the English. I like it a lot. Okay, why a logo differentiates you from the competition? So this is obviously a Coca-Cola logo. I mean, Coca-Cola has made it unique enough that even the shape of their bottle, they don't even have to have words. They do color and a shape and you know what it is. So if you're looking for Coke, you don't want to by mistake get Pepsi, right? Because if you're a Coke person, it's like you're a Land Cruiser person, and a Pepsi person is a Nissan person, Patrol, right? Okay, so in America, it's Fords and Chevys. Here it's Toyotas and Nissans, but you want your brand to be distinctive, to be known. It's kind of weird though. A lot of those vehicles are all starting to look the same. It's really weird because I like things that are distinctive, and even things like that, even the design of something like a vehicle can be a trademark. But I mean, the Suburbans, the US ones, GMCs and the Chevrolets and the Expeditions, the Fords and the Patrols and the Land Cruisers are all kind of morphing toward a single kind of look. It's harder to tell them apart. And that doesn't help. If I like the car, I want to know, oh, that's different. Cool. I like that. So that a logo is one of those ways you differentiate yourself. You say, I'm not that, you know, anybody, if people were wearing tennis shoes with no logos on them, it would just be generic tennis shoes, right? You bought them at Brands for Less or wherever. But with a swoosh on it, you know it's Nike. If it's got 3 stripes, you know it's Adidas. If it's got, I think, 6 stripes, you know it's K-Swiss. There's, oh, the downward thing is Mizuno. Sorry, I know tennis shoes. I'm a little weird that way. So, okay, so that's why a logo. Also, why a logo creates internal focus. So I've got Ferrari World, which clearly is just using the Ferrari logo and the roof as their symbol. But the idea is not only would it be connecting to me as a visitor and as a guest of that park, it also, as everybody else, gives them a mark of pride. I suppose I need to get Warner Brothers on here, and then everybody be happier, right? I like both parks. They're different. They're certainly not the same. They are trying hard at Ferrari World. But when you have a logo, it's sort of people can bond around that logo. So that's what internal focus is that within the entity, within the organization, it tells everybody sort of knows what their badge is and how they're working together. Obviously, clear identification. It's really likely I'm going to tell you some stories about the double-tailed mermaid. But anybody tell me what this logo looks like in Saudi?
Starbucks.
Yeah, the Starbucks logo. Yeah.
There's no woman.
Yeah.
And Middle.
Go ahead. Yeah, yeah. It's just the crown. Yeah. It's
Really?
just
I didn't see it.
not a face, nothing.
I didn't notice that.
It's just the crown. Well, you saw the Starbucks part and said yum. So, because obviously the words and the stars aren't a problem, but
There's a woman I can see, like it's here.
Sir,
did they
sir, there
change
is a
what?
woman in Starbucks in Saudi Arabia.
What now? Huh?
There is a woman in the
Okay, wait.
logo.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to go check now. See, I
Maybe
gotta be
they
careful when
update.
I say matter of fact things. Wait. Maybe, let's see, because I've seen some things. I know you can't see. Okay, well,
No, it did change. They did
They
change it.
updated.
did they? Okay, because, okay, we'd have to see the years these are from. But if we share, see, because this is saying that it's the wave and the crown. And see, I don't know the years on these. Because there's, well, apparently the internet doesn't know. Look at that, they got drive-throughs. That's funny.
Yes, sir. Everything in Saudi Arabia is updated.
Even
But I think as I was reading, Starbucks was available in Saudi Arabia in 1992, I think. So
Okay.
back then the logo was only like just the crown. There was no woman.
this, like this one.
Yeah,
here.
because it's not really a woman, it's a mermaid.
Yeah.
So yeah,
It's a
but-
two-tailed mermaid. That's very weird.
yeah. But there was just the crown. But I think maybe just recently they changed it.
Okay. All right. If somebody,
Because I think the reason is that not because it's a, I don't know why, like I just don't know why. Because they just thought that this woman maybe wasn't like,
dressed.
yeah, wasn't dressed properly,
Yeah,
maybe
she's a
that's why.
mermaid.
And if you think about it, 1992 is different than 2021, so it makes sense.
Yeah, no, but but see, that's also the point that there are enough parts in this logo that you could have something that even if you, and since it had the wavy motion, it had a lot of the feel, it had the same colors and those sorts of things that you still could easily identify it even without the woman. So it's
Doctor,
sure to
it's
be,
legal to change the logo like from country to country?
well,
It's legal to do
it's
that?
what's best for business from country to country. Somebody like Starbucks wouldn't want to, but if they can't do business, and it's probably a franchise anyway, so a high percentage is probably owned by someone from Saudi, right? So they're gonna try to make it more acceptable to the local culture. I mean, I've heard stories that men and women don't sit together inside the Starbucks. Women sit in the back. Not just, and I've heard that from Emiratis as well as Westerners.
No, there is separate places like for families and for men.
Okay. Okay, so that's kind of like Cleveland Clinic. Okay, sorry. All right, but clear identification. What I'm saying is even the one that's as strong as this one, which is very strong, but they didn't invent it, but it's very strong, and that you could take pieces of it and it could still provide clear identification when you go there. All right, I gotta find mine. All right, why a logo? Give your audience a point of personal relationship. Now, any chance anybody can tell me why I showed you these two logos? Because, well,
I
I'll
think
just
it's
tell you.
the same like Dubai logo, but like this one is the updated one. Maybe, I don't know.
No. The one on the right is from Hong Kong. And it is pretty much top one, top two, absolutely not any more than my third favorite logo in the world. And except for the Baskin Robin colors, Dubai's could be right up there with me for me as well.
Exactly, the color is bothering me, not the font and how they combine the two. Like Arabic and English language is amazing, but the color is not it.
Yeah, there is actually a gold orange one that I've got that actually is very nice because it's also feels more the desert and everything. I don't know why this, but what you said is exactly it. It is pure genius that it combines English and Arabic, and you can read both words. I mean, it's a fortune of the word itself, but also this one on the right, the blue, that, okay, what you see, what you basically see, the shape, the line with the square, that is the Chinese word for China. And this is CLP, which is China Light and Power. So the English letters of China Light and Power are there in CLP, and then the character actually means middle, and Middle Kingdom, middle is the word for China because it's the middle of everything. Of course, you knew that, right? So, but the fact that they combined Chinese with English, and there's some other attributes of it I'm going to talk about to you that I love this logo. Super simple, uses Gestalt, really is amazing. The Dubai one I like as well, but I like it better in the gold orange. I'm not sure exactly what color to call it, and I don't know how much it's used. But the fact that somebody creatively found a way to mix those, I love that because I think it increases your reach and makes it more distinctive.
Doctor, did you see the Youth Pavilion logo for Expo 2020, the Youth Pavilion? It's inspired by Sheikh Zayed handwriting. It's amazing. Even the dots, it's like it's 15 dots, and it's like celebrating the 50th anniversary of the union. So you need to check it out. It's amazing.
Wait, they don't seem to want to tell me what it is.
Wait, I will see if I can find it.
The Youth Pavilion or the UAE Pavilion?
No, the Youth Pavilion.
Yeah, it's not coming up for me. Okay, but if it sticks in your head, that's a very good thing. That means you're going to have a head start on what we're going to do for class activity. Okay, let's press on. So why I think that this having both languages in one logo is that gives audience a point of personal relationship. It's like, hey, you know what? These companies know where they are, and they know that it's a multicultural place, and that it connects with a lot of different people in that way, etc. So this is a very old logo that I know none of you know. And is anybody into horse racing at all? Yes, no, maybe. Well, creating merchandising opportunities is part of what I'm talking about when I'm talking about selling t-shirts, putting it on things. If it's a really cool logo, if it's a great event, sorts of things like that, people will want to have a memory of it. They'll buy the t-shirt because it looks cool. I actually like, this is from a number of years ago. And so it's connected to Emirates Airlines, but it's from the biggest day in horse racing in Dubai. So it's, never mind. It's a big Dubai thing. Wait. Oh, there we go. Thank you. Let's just see. Ooh. Oh, yeah, that looks pretty, okay. All right. That's good. Okay, so all right, so I know you guys are missing that.
Doctor, it's amazing how they think to use Sheikh Zayed handwriting as the font of the logo.
So this,
Yeah, handwriting in Arabic, it's Sheikh Zayed handwriting. And the dots is representing the like 15 dot, it represents the 50th anniversary. Like,
that's cool.
and how it's dot like connected to each other.
Always good to connect it. Oh, and those are, oh, okay, so those are the dots in the Arabic. Okay. This is a nice animation as well. And see, that's even another dynamic that's not even in this specific lecture, is that when you have a good logo, when you have something like this, then you can actually make it move, bring it to life. And you can do a lot more things with it than if it's just like super boring. Because man, they turning into, gosh, how long does this run? This has got a lot of stuff in it. Very cool. All right, thank you for that. See, now I learned something, and I'll have to put that on my list. So, wait, oh, there it is. Okay, so, all right. So the idea of create merchandising opportunities is that people will advertise for you. In fact, they'll pay to buy the t-shirt and then advertise for you, because if that logo is cool enough, if it really works, people are like, oh, what's that? Or, oh, you belong to that club too. Oh, you know, different things. I wore a Liverpool shirt to Disneyland this summer, and I got a, you know, mixed bag. People harassing me, other people thinking it's cool. Lula posted on her Instagram. Of course, of all her friends were sensible and said they thought it was super cool. So, they didn't want to insult Lula's dad. So, but even that, I mean, that's the whole point on uniforms and all those things. That's merchandising, that's advertising. It is worth a lot of money they pay. What? Wait a minute. This is the wrong logo. I like this logo. I think I only saw one branch of this bank in Abu Dhabi. And I like it, and I like the fonts and stuff, but it really didn't work on the side of a building. And even as I look at it, some of the overlapping and things, I need to find for a second. I'm going to stop sharing for a second. What happened to the new thing I made? It's very strange to me. I'll show it to you in a minute. No. Okay, so that means I need to go. Where do I need to go? That means those might not be right either. Okay. All right, so I'm going to share this with you so that we don't mess any of these up. So the idea of having the logo is also to create credibility. Okay. And particularly when you're a bank, you need credibility, right? You need people to trust you. This is, I think this change was made about 2015. And for me, this is far better than the older logo. And I even I like the tagline. We'll talk more about taglines on another day. But I love This triangle is very different than the old triangles. The fact that it's got the Kufik inside that says Abu Dhabi Commercial Bank, the fonts they use here with the all capitals and this very similar Arabic font. This is my favorite local bank logo. If I did business based on a logo, this would be my bank, because I love the triangle and the emboss on it and what they did when they changed. But someone like that needs a relatively serious logo. You need to have a logo that connects to what you're doing, and it needs to make sense for that particular business. And I think this works. I love the fact that then they just take that triangle, and for Islamic banking, they make it green. For I think property development, it's gray. And the strange thing, and this was actually made by a very small branding firm in Minnesota in the United States, where it's very cold. They must have some Arabic connections, some Arabic speaking people and things, but just the whole campaign, phenomenal. And now it's just looks great on the side of a building, all sorts of things. So a logo helps create that credibility. It makes you look legitimate, connects you to the community, all those things about connection and those things. So I'm going to walk through it. Okay. Another reason for what's going on. Okay. For a logo is to bring order to chaos. The Walt Disney Company is huge. There are all sorts of businesses under it. So the idea that there would be this one sort of overarching, and if people saw it, they go, oh, that's part of Walt Disney, then that brings positive vibes, brings good vibrations to, or good attitudes and things like that to that company, because then people go, oh, that's why that. In fact, Marvel is a Walt Disney Company. Star Wars is a Walt Disney Company. They paid a lot of money for those, and they make a lot of money. So when there's
Marvel
something,
part of Walt Disney?
huh?
Marvel part of Walt Disney Company?
Yes.
Oh my God.
That's
New
why,
information.
and Star Wars, both.
Wow.
They bought them both for billions of dollars each. And just in one movie, they made, oh yeah, billions of dollars. And that's not even counting, that's just people going to watch the movie. That doesn't count a whole lot of other ways you make money. And you know, who doesn't want a good Mickey Mouse t-shirt, right?
Exactly.
Maybe you don't, but you know, etc. And you go to the park and you pay a lot of money to get in it wherever, Paris, Tokyo, Los Angeles, Florida, Shanghai, Hong Kong. And then you pay more money to get a t-shirt. You pay a lot of money to buy a hat that you're never going to wear anywhere else. You just don't see people walking around with Mickey Mouse ears on their heads, right? I don't. So that's just a dramatic thing. So that is what a logo can do, sort of bring your brains back together, or to give you a sense of common purpose with a lot of different things going on. So logos can do that. Then, okay, this one is meant to be funny. Okay, I'm not sure you guys know why, but it is meant to communicate your message. So BP is British Petroleum, and they were trying to communicate that they care about the environment. So they changed their logo from like a highway shield to this flower and everything. And okay, I can't say this specifically, but I'm pretty sure this logo had changed before the largest oil spill that's ever been, the largest amount of oil that's ever been spilled into the ocean. and destroyed sea life, etc. And they're still struggling to come back from that. So that's, you know, it was an attempt to communicate a message, but then their actions overcame the picture. And even if it came afterwards, it was too little too late, because they mishandled that in so many different ways. So, okay. But a logo can help communicate that message. Let's see. All right. So, whoa. So what, oh, sorry, that's what I did. Okay, so what a logo is a distinctive symbol, all right, of a company, object, publication, person, service, or idea. All those things can have a logo. You can have a logo that's yours, that's you, that represents you. I mean, we all, I think we know what's going on here. I add things to my interpretation, but uses the versatility of Arabic to write it inside the Dow sail, right? And I like this very much. The font in English, obviously with the extra dots and everything, looks very Arabic. I would love to have this font, and actually this is one font that nobody has knocked off, and or no one has developed a complete font based on it. And I don't know if that's because Abu Dhabi protects it very well or people haven't noticed it, but I love that print. But because I live in Abu Dhabi, I'd never use it for anything except something related to Abu Dhabi, because that's what it says. And actually, I look at the Dow sail and I love it. And I also think it looks kind of like a guitar pick. So it says Abu Dhabi rocks. Okay. All right. I'm a little old. Has anybody seen that Dow sail on anything else in Abu Dhabi? Have you ever seen it in a different environment, in a different color?
I don't think so, because I think it's this logo is a trademarking.
Yeah, that is,
So,
it is for sure. Have you ever seen the Abu Dhabi airport logo?
yeah, it's the same. Yeah,
Yeah, it's blue,
yeah, but it's blue. Yeah,
but it's the Abu Dhabi airport. And in fact, the
but
Etihad,
isn't it? It's before, like Abu Dhabi logo. It's before they did it before.
I think it may have come out first, but there was a complete plan for Abu Dhabi. Abu Dhabi entities were going to have the Dow sail with the writing in different colors, in different combinations, with different fonts and functions. This was originally intended to also be, some form of it was going to be the logo for Etihad. And this would look very cool on the tail of an aircraft, in my opinion. It could look really cool, honestly. I look at these things and care about them. But there was a whole plan. Now, think to yourself, I like the ADCB. What is the basic shape of the ADCB? The symbolic part, the picture part, is a triangle. When Etisalat updated their logo, I think what I have on here is the old Etisalat logo. If we look at the new one, let's go. What's going on? No. Oh, there it is. Okay, I'll share that. Okay. Okay, that is the new one. But you see, it's basically a triangle. Anybody ever notice the shape of most of the big pieces of furniture in the promenade?
Oh my God, yes. It's the same shape.
What do they look like? Sorry, okay, sorry, I gotta change what I'm sharing. Once again, what do they look like? Okay,
It's the same shape of this one, like
very
triangle.
similar. So
Yeah.
there was a plan for a larger combined Abu Dhabi identity that probably for better didn't get completely played out, but then some of the companies that are involved, even including this university, can use it and as a part of their identity. I mean, those triangles are also seen in the building because I'm looking out the window at the building. There's an awesome moonrise right now, by the way. The sunset has a little potential, and I can see the moon out my window. I'm very excited. Okay, so so that triangle was driving a lot of identity thinking for things related to Abu Dhabi. Here we have the old and the new. So a logo is also called a mark. The mark part of it is the recognizable symbol used to indicate ownership or origin of goods. I have to say, when I first moved here, it took me the longest time to see the old Adnoc Falcon in 3D. I'm so embarrassed, but I'm just telling you. I was trying to figure out this strange shape this way and why that. And then it's one day I sort of adjusted my vision and said, it's 3D. But I do like this one. This is a more aggro Falcon. This Falcon is on the hunt, right? In the 2D one. Really prefer the fonts on the new logo. I kind of wish it had some of this 3D vibe to it, but the fonts and things I like. It's much cleaner. But so a logo is a mark, recognizable symbol used to indicate ownership or origin of goods. So when it's on something, you know where it's from, who it's from. If I order online and I get a box that says Nike, I know what that is. And if it's something else, I'm going to be really disappointed. Let me just see what the next one is. Okay, I'm going to switch my share again. Sorry. Whoa. What's that? Okay, there it was. So see, I had some different things, some the same. Oh, okay, that was on here. I wasn't sure. Okay, so logo is when it is officially registered, becomes a trademark. That's a legal definition. Name or symbol used that a product is made by a particular company and is legally registered. That's the little R we see down here below the right-hand side of the apple. And even that apple may not be in use anymore. Things change so much all the time. But if it has that registered trademark, okay, a logo can also be, someone can be talking about the trademark, and the trademark means it's legally registered, but you have to be doing business with the mark, with the logo. So you could have your own logo, but it's not yet a trademark until you use it in doing business. Okay, logo can also be called a signature, distinctive mark, or combination of visual forms. I found this one really interesting because it is also kind of a picture and the words that are in it. Can you kind of see the shape of it?
Yes.
The Burj Al Arab, yeah. So it's mostly, it's the writing. I can even see a face, see the two eyes, and then there's the nose. And okay, sorry. I see pictures and everything, but I have a hard time with the man in the moon. So things like that. A logo can also be a signature. It's not necessarily your handwritten signature, but it's the signature of a company. A logo can be a word mark. So uses the company name with proprietary letter forms. So the shapes of these letters are specific to the Hard Rock Cafe. And when someone else uses those letter forms, they are violating Hard Rock's trademark internationally. These are trademarked internationally. There is a shop somewhere, I think it's like on 2nd Street or like Airport Road or something. And when you look at it, you'll see this little flare on the capital letters. They're not selling hamburgers or American food or rock and roll, but it's a ripoff. I can tell you tons of fonts when I go down the highway. Even the Dubai logo. Anybody spend any time in the north? Ras Al Khaimah? No? There's a furniture store up there that uses the Dubai logo in blue and silver. I found it surprising. Maybe it was only for a little while, but I was up there a few years ago and I saw it and I was like, yikes, you can't do that. But people do. So even the letter forms are protected when they're created specifically for that product. Some, like the word Apple, when you see Apple Computer, that uses a font that's known. So unless it says Apple, it's not trademarked. If it says Apple, it's a logo and it's a trademark. So you can't use Garamond, which is the name of that font. It depends in how it's used, but other things can be made in Garamond, just as long as they're not calling it Apple and selling computers, or sorry, digital devices is probably better said. Yeah, if you can look out a window, the moon is even getting better because the sun hasn't totally set and I can see the moon. Okay. All right. The symbol is the icon, the symbol. Okay, so you have the word mark and then you have the symbol. So this is from the Hong Kong Tourist Association, which is what it says down at the bottom. Actually in the same direction, that's Hong Kong and that's association. But this junk is very much represents to me Hong Kong, because Hong Kong is fragrant harbor is actually what it means. And it's a harbor place and the sea is a very important part of it. It's structurally, in some ways, it's like Abu Dhabi. It's a series of islands and things like that. There's just more mountains and no desert. So, but this represents Hong Kong to me. I'm going to switch over again on you, sorry. Wait, there it is. Okay. And I can show you here. Let me see. And 60. Okay, because here, what I put in here, this is the Hong Kong Tourist Association, but this logo here on the left is the logo of Hong Kong, for which they paid they paid 4 million dirhams for a dragon. Okay, the junk, they paid 4 million dirhams for an American company to design for them a dragon.
Oh, okay.
Please. Okay. Basically, any Chinese city can be a dragon, right? I think if we learned anything from Shang-Chi. Huh?
How much did they pay for the logo?
This logo, 4 million dirhams.
What?
To a very famous design firm. And what they came up with was,
like a lot.
huh?
Isn't 4 million like a lot for a logo?
Yeah. Yes. And they hired foreigners to do it. And that's why I loved when I saw the National Day Etihad logo, I was like, yeah. And I said, that's incredible. Who made it? And then it's like, oh, all these local women on the brand team. And I'm like, yeah, wow. Okay, I'm teaching women, and a whole bunch of them are ZU grads, in fact. We do have a proud history. Okay. And this does have some interesting things in it. But the thing is, when you think of China, okay, so we have Shang-Chi, which is definitely China. We have a dragon. Did anybody see, is it Raya, the animation about the dragon?
Yeah.
It's basically Vietnamese, which is East Asian, but the whole thing is Vietnamese culture. Oh yeah, it's a dragon. When people talk about the Singapore and Malaysia and all that, they always talked about the little dragons. Okay, it's not unique, is my point. What makes Hong Kong unique to those cities are the junks. It's just like here, the idea of the Tao. Yes, in Dubai, they fish and they pearled and they did all those things, but they don't embrace that much of their identity. In Abu Dhabi, a great part of the identity is the seaside, right? Not just the Bedu side, both sides, but the seaside. And the fact that Abu Dhabi has embraced it, now they kind of own it, right? Because they put it into a logo. And Dubai is relying on the letters, and Dubai doesn't seem to be as interested in logos and branding and things like that. But there is in this logo, we could zoom in and it'll get a little distorted. This is not the biggest version. But actually, you can see the H, and then up under his mouth is the K. So it's HK. And then this is actually above the H is the Chinese letter for H for Hong. And then Kong is in here somewhere. But it's not nearly as visible as the other things. And by putting it in the form of the dragon, because I'm sorry, I think you could have put an H and a K and a Hong Kong Chinese letters into a boat. So the tourist, I believe, the tourist association got it right, and the city itself got it wrong. And spent a whole bunch of money on it. They had the perfect logo there. You look out, you go on to Victoria Harbor and see it every day. Okay. Sorry, I have opinions. I just trained too many kids that then they're paying 4 million dirhams to foreign people that, never mind. Okay, well, why aren't they giving our graduates jobs? All right, in Abu Dhabi, yes, they're giving our graduates jobs. Graduates from different programs. So also you have things called the monogram. This is the old Standard Chartered logo, just changed this year. I'm going to show you the new one in a second. Okay. Standard Chartered is actually a Chinese bank, Hong Kong bank, as is HSBC, Hong Kong Bank, and it's called Hong Kong Bank. But can you guys see what's here in the twist? The green and the blue twist. Standard Chartered. It's an S and a C. It's not just squiggly lines.
Oh my God.
The
I
guy,
didn't know that.
actually, the designer, I met him. I'm a fanboy of weird things, but Henry Steiner, originally from Austria, spent about 40 years in Hong Kong, has designed many things in Hong Kong, actually designed the HSBC logo and the Standard Chartered logo, and did for a guy from Europe, did amazing Chinese things, just so Chinese. Amazing stuff he did, but that's standard charter. If we go, well, we are gonna go. I don't, yeah, it doesn't matter. Okay, go to my boat here. Too many buttons. I'm just very nervous. Okay. Okay, so there, this is interesting because they've kept the SC, but they've simplified again. And they've taken like the drop on the T, the crossbar of the T has become a drop that fits there. And there's the SC is still there. This looks really cool on a Liverpool jersey. What's interesting to me is that the drop's backwards down here. But it's a much cleaner, much more modern, so all lowercase. Maybe that's more reflective of the internationalism. I'm not totally sure, don't know. But, oh, I'm supposed to be done. Okay, I'm clearly having a really good time here. What's supposed to happen at 5:40? What time did I start? Okay, I got 9 minutes, right? I got 9 minutes.
Yes, doctor.
Okay.
Yeah, but if you like want to take attendance, so
That's all you care about.
no, I mean
I
this.
don't really want to take attendance. I'm not going to. How about that?
I mean that's your choice. That's not
Yeah, because
mine.
I'm enjoying. I'm sorry. I love talking about logos, and I'm not going to ruin it with going through a list of names. So even here, they've done some beautiful stuff with using the teardrop on both sides that give it a little more combination. It does look more modern. It's not a huge change, but there's font change and some other things.
There's a lot of there's a bit. It's different.
No, it definitely is, and it's definitely it's cooler.
Yeah.
It's younger. And I think that's the point. And maybe with the lowercase letters, it becomes a little more
Yeah,
international.
the font play like a big role in the new one.
The what?
The font is amazing in the new one.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
There's depth. I don't know, like there's like shadows and everything. So
Yeah, and the
adds
letters
depth.
themselves, the X height and the parts of the letters, they're big and they're round, and they don't have a lot of space for the top of the letter. This is even interesting here. Let me just show it to you since we're here. You see how on standard, the angle here goes that way, and on chartered, it goes this way. I've never seen anybody do that before. And so the H and the T and the D and then the T and it's one of those subtle things that you don't necessarily notice, but it's really dynamic. Okay. I'm not going to be taking attendance, so let's not worry about that part. Okay, so let me skip this middle. Well, I think I'm going to stop here because I'm gonna talk about rules for logos and things for logos. Now, this is my logo. How cool am I? Not so. All right, but I am Unexpected Elephant, and there's a whole lot of things going on here, and I'm actually going to explain to you to help you devise how to build one for yourself and all that stuff. I'm going to take you through the process of about 20 years of me changing my mind about how it should look, etc. And we haven't sold anything yet with it on there. Oh yeah, we have books, Rochelle's books. And it's even changed a little since then, but how it kind of comes back to original ideas. And the fact is you're creating something that maybe you'll invest in and you'll have grow and make it happen. But this one definitely definitely expresses a lot of things. I'm going to give you the whole background for it. It all has meaning. I'm a little obsessed with that as well. But the one thing I want to tell you about this was I showed my games in 2006, 2007. Not the best time to start a company trying to sell board games. But when I was in Hong Kong, having the name and the logo, there were people at the toy fair in Hong Kong, I think it's the second largest toy fair in the world, who were not interested in what I sold. They didn't want board games, but they came to my booth because they thought the name was cool and they wanted to know what the heck was going on at a place called Unexpected Elephant. So I could then tell them my story, even though they weren't in business for games, etc. Having an interesting logo, an interesting name, that sort of thing, I can tell you from experience counts for something. So good design, good thinking is the first step in good communication. It matters. So, all right. So I will stop there. We will,
Sir?
yeah.
Is it related to South Africa or
Yeah,
or
it
no?
is, in fact.
Because I saw the elephant for that I'm asking.
Yes. Elephant is a symbol of power. My given Zulu name is Nglovu, which is elephant in Zulu, because my wife's family are much smaller than me. So the local Zulu folk decided that I was the elephant. So, and I would sometimes control chaos. So that's kind of what an elephant does. But an elephant is
Is there any meaning behind the four color, the red and orange and blue and
no,
yellow?
I like them.
Oh, okay.
No,
Because I like them too.
it's an excellent question, but what it is 3 warm colors and 1 cool.
Yeah.
So that and there are green in the eyes. There's I've got all my almost the whole rainbow there, but yeah, no, that color was just something that I thought that worked. And you can see how my elephant has evolved from a really hideous thing to something that I like quite a bit. But yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I will go through it with you, etc. And this is just a very nice font called Cocktail Shaker that I like, and it reflects some of my interest in things that are sort of nostalgic. The moon looks amazing. Okay, sorry. It's like a 3/4 moon. Okay, go
Since
outside and see it, go into your backyard. All right, because learn to look and appreciate beauty. Sorry. Was there a question? Sorry.
yeah, since we're talking about logos, do you know something about Canva?
I know some things about it.
It's not like creative as Adobe, but I've been trying to do logos in it, and I didn't like it that much, but I learned the color template and I think the fonts also.
Oh, you learned about them by being in it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it tries to be too automatic and it limits you. We actually bought it because Rochelle wanted to use it. She thought it would make some things easier, and it hasn't. That's
I like the posts like you can do from a template. Like you can do, if you have like a business, you can do a post. And because Adobe, it was hard for me. Even I tried to watch tutorial, it was hard.
yeah. Well, no, yeah, harder usually gives you greater opportunities at the end. This struggle always pays off. But yeah, I mean, I know about Canva, but I've watched her struggle with it because she's worked so many years with things that don't. because templates also limit you and tell you exactly what you have to do, so that when you have a good idea and you try to pursue it, they won't let you do it. So, and maybe that doesn't make complete sense, but you want to grab something. I mean, I don't work for Adobe or anything. If you find a tool and the tool works, that's fine. If it helps introduce you to fonts and things like that, that's great. But in Illustrator, it's a whole lot more powerful in terms of what it can let you do once you sort of get over some of the humps or master what it does. But yeah, I'll show you a few more things I've done with it. And I actually originally learned it from a student in Hong Kong. He got me really started in Illustrator because he had committed a lot of time to it. So thanks, Roy. Okay, all right. So what day? Okay, so it's the start of the week. I will, sorry. I'm going to put up a class activity, but it won't be right away, but you'll have plenty of time for it, so don't worry about it. But basically, I'm going to ask you to post some logos and tell me why you like them. And I haven't completely thought it out. I want to write it correctly. So, but it's not going to be horrible. You're not making anything yet. You're looking around and you're trying to find things and evaluate them. Okay?
Sir, that activity, we have to do it after this class?
Not immediately. I'll give you time through the next class.
All right, thank you.
So, and unless I just see it and say, wow, this is so easy, but I will tell you in the announcement or whatever, what's required and when I'd like you to have it finished.
All right.
Okay. All right. Thanks, guys. Obviously, I like this very much, so I'm going to have to get myself in check. See you guys
sorry.
later. Don't worry about the
Thank you,
attendance.
sir. Have a great day.
Okay. Yeah. Go out and look at the moon. The moon looks great. Okay.
Thank you, doctor. I enjoyed today's class.
Okay. I'm glad. Talk to you later.
Thank you, doctor.